Hey, look who I found wandering around the parking lot.
We're live at 24 after 6. That's time for the break, everybody.
Robbie, what's going on?
What's up, man? How y'all doing? Happy to see you here, John.
Not too bad. Not too bad. So
I texted Robbie after like the fourth time I watched Weapons because I'm like behind on my movie viewing, but with summer winding down, I'll catch up.
So you missed the show. I actually went last Tuesday, I want to say, to watch Fantastic Four in the movie theater. My daughter and the fiance. So give John. No, Marcus, I have not given him the hat. You know what, John? See that priority mailbox?
Yeah.
See that hat? That's a gift from Marcus.
Oh, Marcus, thank you. You didn't have to do that.
You have to grab that.
You'll like it, John. What'd you think about the movie, Rex?
Nice.
What's that?
What'd you think about the movie?
What's that? Oh, did I tell you? Were you? No, it was no. I couldn't have because I saw it on Tuesday, so I hadn't seen it yet. I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I really did. I thought it was well cast. Storyline.
Fantastic Four?
What's that?
Fantastic Four?
Yeah. You disagree?
No, I love everything about it. I've seen it 13 times, so
I've seen it once.
Oh,
so
thank you, Mr. Easy Go Lucky. Yeah, I wasn't even upset with my dentist. It's just a thing that happened.
Hold on, we got Robo John.
And the tooth shattered while he was taking the extraction out.
Oh, goodness.
Back?
No.
Yeah.
Jay, are we back?
We're back in this. This makes me feel so nostalgic for the old days of this show, you know? Are y'all back?
I don't know if it's the laptop or the internet. Are we back?
I'm not sure.
I can hear you.
Yeah, you're back.
Do you guys have
Can
the
you hear us?
Xfinity tool on there? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, yes.
All right, you're on a little bit of a delay, I believe.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's awesome. This is great.
Awesome.
Yeah. Fantastic Four was good. I liked it too. Weapons is great. Weapons is my favorite movie of the year so far, John. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
And
yeah.
Frozen again.
Heck yeah. How you doing, Jay?
Doing well, man. Saturday night we did a spoiler-filled review of Fantastic Four.
All right. Log out and log back in. See if that helps.
Okay.
Did they already do that?
I know. There we go. There we go.
What did you think about Fantastic Four?
Dude, I loved it. I think the Storms / Sue Richards, I think they were the best in the movie. Johnny and Sue were like tops for me. I like that Ben looked so comic and cartoon accurate, but I still miss that Michael Chiklis, prosthetic. I know.
You missed the Michael. Like, I'll tell you what, dude. I think the Roger Corman Fantastic Four thing suit looks better than the Michael Chiklis one. Except for in part 2. They actually fixed in part 2. He was bigger. He was so small in that Chiklis movie, man. They didn't get the brow right. They didn't really get the brow right.
That is true. I can give you that. Fun fact for folks that have seen it, maybe not. Roger Corman Fantastic Four cameos in the movie, all of them.
Yeah, I missed it, but apparently when I rewatch it, they just announced the Blu-ray and 4K edition today. Mm-hmm. So that's cool, but I'll have to check it out because it's in one of the scenes. Like, I actually missed the Peacemaker cameo. Like, everybody was talking about Peacemaker. I was like, wait, Peacemaker's in the movie? Then I was like, oh man, I did have to go to the bathroom one time. So it must have been during that.
Yeah, in Superman, yeah.
Yeah, in Superman. Not in Fantastic Four. I didn't miss that one, but I did miss the cameo of Jay, what do you like better, FF or Superman? Jay's gonna say Superman.
No, I'm gonna say they're on equal footing with me.
Okay.
They really are. Like, I know that makes me kind of a fence sitter, but the movie was so good.
Yeah. I really liked the movie. Did you like Galactus? I thought Galactus was dope. I really liked it.
Bro, dude, so much better than a cloud.
Yes.
So much better than a cloud.
Yeah, definitely better than a cloud. I thought Pedro Pascal killed it. I think Vanessa Kirby was the best performance in the movie.
Oh yeah.
I really liked it. I love the visuals. I love the world. There were some moments where I could tell, like, I get pulled out of CG, right?
Mhm.
Because like I'm so into practical effects.
Right.
And there's an element where we can tell if it's, no matter how badly rendered, we can tell if something's in camera or if something's not, right?
Yeah.
And I think there were more moments in Superman that I kind of got pulled out because of the CG than Fantastic Four. But they both just, when you rely so much on CG, that's what's going to happen. But at the same time, we can't just have everybody on wires and doing all this kind of stuff, which is crazy because they say it would cost more. But maybe it would. I don't know. I guess they have to pay insurance to have some guy up there on wires. I don't know. They do the wire stuff with like Spider-Man and it looks great. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure there are some bits in Superman where he's on a wire, like taking off or landing or something like that.
Yeah, they showed that barrel roll scene. He's actually on some kind of device that spins him.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
That's another thing I'm really excited for. I think sometime in September, the physical of that releases. Because people are like, you're going to get the digital? No. And it's not that I have anything against digital, but if we get all this behind the scenes stuff that they're dropping on YouTube on that physical copy, dude, I cannot wait.
Man, I really hope so. I mean, special features and additional content is something severely lacking in modern day physical media, which is already anemic to begin with. And don't forget, and I'm not knocking anybody who buys movies digitally or anything like that, but you don't technically own that, right? Yeah. Like if you buy a movie digitally and you're watching it through a certain service, one day it may be gone. Not always, but sometimes it happens. So, but yeah, Superman and Fantastic Four, I'm definitely going to have to buy on physical, as well as Weapons, which I hope gets a physical release because that director's first movie, Barbarian, still hasn't gotten a physical release here in the States, and that's unfortunate.
That is crazy.
Well, hopefully we're back.
You are.
A little bit back in time, though. I hear myself just now talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, because John has you on the phone.
Okay.
So that would explain why that is.
I don't want to miss the show just because you can't get the Commodore 64 working.
Yeah, right.
Are we off again?
No. I had to open it.
Oh, all right.
Sorry. No, we are.
It's a little shaky. Just
I was going to say, I enjoy Robbie talking about the difference between. Yeah, Robbie brought up a really good point. If you ever
look,
man.
Hold on, guys.
Real closely when you buy something, and I'm super lazy.
My favorite part of this bit is how they don't even realize it until a little bit later on.
Continues like this, break. I will.
Jay is like, I keep accidentally shutting them off.
Can you hear us?
Yeah. You're good right now.
I think it may be the laptop, but
I think it's Jay just shutting us off because
I would
Rex,
never do that.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Rex, what kind of movies are you downloading on that laptop, man?
Are they of the this ain't variety?
Yep.
Yeah. I gotta tell you, imagine it's something about this room. So this is the third laptop I've gone through. And as soon as we start doing this, it's okay for a little while and then starts to crap out. I don't know why.
Oh, are we back?
Yeah, I don't think it's Comcast this time because the office, we didn't have any problems all day.
This is
but they're not here to defend themselves.
What's that?
Comcast isn't here to defend themselves, so we should blame them.
Yeah, but I just want to get the problem fixed. This is so annoying. So then the good news is IT has told me we're supposed to get a dedicated desktop just for streaming in this room. It hasn't happened yet because every laptop we've tried. So look, we haven't even thrown the laptop out. I got to show you guys. So first laptop we used, silver one. They were all my laptops at some point. This one, was another free one we had that was fairly new, but the battery won't take a charge. Now this one, I had to get a new laptop because I filled the memory.
Nick never has a problem on Friday.
Even when I don't know what computer Nick uses.
He probably uses his hair card or something.
I have no idea. So,
I think Nick uses the Commodore 64.
What'd you say, Rob?
I said I think Nick uses a Commodore 64.
It works better than this one.
We got to upgrade to the Commodore 128.
So this one, the problem was the memory was full, and no matter what I moved or deleted, it would not go down. Like the little bar would tell you like you're 98% memory usage. It would go down. Oh, now you're 96. I'm like, what is it? So I asked IT. They said it might be the apps and different things, you know, that are
you just get the memory out and stick another card in?
You're asking the wrong guy. So they got me a new laptop. So I thought, oh, great, we can use this one. And then I thought that maybe because of the memory problem, so I was waiting for IT to clear the memory. The last time I talked to him, though, he told me they had a dedicated desktop that was gonna be put in this room. So I just gotta wait for it to happen. But I'm gonna try to delete everything from this laptop before Wednesday, see if that works. Otherwise, we'll go to the laptop I use. The flux.
I was gonna say, do you want me to go on Facebook on my phone and just tell everybody what's being said? I'll be here like, and
this
then Robbie
sucks.
said,
"Yeah, this is really annoying. I gotta admit, this is super annoying." So anyway, Robbie, I have no idea what you're talking about, but please continue. It sounded.
We were just talking about movies, Jay and I. We were talking about Superman and Fantastic Four, how much we love them. We were talking about physical media and loving special features, and how they need to do more special features that would encourage more people to buy some of these movies. Not every movie, but Superman and Fantastic Four, especially Superman and Weapons, because of the hype of Weapons. They should really put out a loaded set, like a loaded Blu-ray or a loaded 4K for that, and also release Barbarian around the same time, saying from the director of Weapons, right? And really, I mean, it adds a secondary stream, or at this time, I guess a third stream of revenue, right? Like it's, I don't know. I would love to see it come back. And more people are starting to make the jump back to physical media because people are starting to awaken from the lie that we've been sold that if you buy these streaming services, all of a sudden your worries are over and everything is at easy access with just a push of a button. We know that's not true. And I was talking about this last night on Rock and Robbie Live. In that day, in the early 2000s, when we had Netflix DVD by mail, we had HBO pumping out Sopranos and Deadwood and Rome and Carnival. And if you had cable and you had a DVR and you had a Netflix subscription, you literally had everything at your fingertips. That was the golden age, and we didn't even realize it, y'all. The pre-iPhone era rocked.
I had everything when I got home.
So anyway. So, continuing on about the FF movie, I thought well cast.
Good.
The story was a little bit all over the place, but I can understand why. But all in all, it was a great movie. What I didn't enjoy, I got to tell you, it's been a long time, obviously, since I've been to a movie theater. So we go up.
I didn't enjoy the $28 ticket.
No. My daughter bought tickets. We go up, we get a small popcorn.
Why didn't you tell me? I would have just texted you tickets.
There's three of us. Okay, so the small bag of popcorn, not even a large enough popcorn to put in a bucket. Okay, a small bag, 2 candies, 2 sodas, $50. Are you joking me?
That's not that bad, actually.
Yeah, bro. It would have been $51 if you would have got the large popcorn. I would have went ahead and just upgraded. That's what I'm saying.
You should be getting the giant Galactus popcorn basket.
Oh, I saw how much that was. Not happening.
What was that, like $49.99 or something?
That was $80. That thing was $80. Man.
Yeah, that's become a thing now. They're collectible popcorn buckets.
So the best part about it, right?
I'm always hunting for the crypto one, man.
So the best part about it was because her fiance booked tickets, right? So we went to the AMC in Cherry Hill.
Okay.
All right. So when we pull up, my daughter starts to complain. She goes, "Oh, this is the sucky one," and you know, oh, I'm sorry about that. You know, so he apologizes, and I'm like, "Sucky how?" because I remember going to the theater.
It's old and whipped.
Yeah, and she goes, well, it's the one with the uncomfortable seats. They don't even recline.
Nope.
And I actually got mad at her before we went to the movie. I go, do you know what it was like in the 70s? The ground was sticky. Okay, recline. You're lucky if it had cushions.
Did you
no stadium seating? Everything was like this tight.
Say again?
You know what I'm saying? No stadium seating. Everything was this tight. Like, yeah.
Yeah,
Somebody tall sits in front of you. You ain't seeing that movie.
It was far better than I remember in my youth. So, but and it wasn't IMAX, which she complained about.
At that point, I'm just going to watch it at home. It was 72-inch screen at home.
Well, it was to spend time with my daughter. It was her idea to go.
No, I mean generally, not you specifically.
Oh,
but yeah. If her fiance cared about her, he would have gotten the tickets at AMC Hamilton.
Well, apparently, because it was a Tuesday, the time was off. That was a problem.
Don't get too attached to that son-in-law.
No, he's a good kid. So it had a 7:15 start. It was a Tuesday. So that worked out. And are you kidding me? About 30 minutes in previews? When that happened?
That's been the way for a while.
Yeah, it's been that way for a while now. That's why if they tell you the show starts at 2:00. Now, I wouldn't recommend everybody do this, but for someone like me who is in there all the time, as soon as they tell me a movie starts at 2, I show up at 2:30. Because I know the first 30 minutes.
Right? Because what you have the Regal membership. I have the AMC thing, the A-list. In the app, it literally will even say, be aware, movie doesn't start until 25 to 30 minutes after start time.
Yeah, it tells you there's like whatever amount of content it is. I think the smallest one I saw recently was, oh God, I'm trying to think what horror movie I just went to see a couple months ago. It was 19 minutes of pre-content. That was the shortest I've seen. Everything else has been close to half hour.
It was a lot. I mean, I was sitting there going, when's the movie going to start? And then they dimmed the lights. I think, oh, this is it. Because in the olden days, once they dimmed the lights, you knew that the movie feature was getting ready to start. And then on comes more commercials. I'm like, what? Are you for real here?
You're going to wind up with fewer small and local theaters. Like we do here in New Jersey now. Right. That's going to happen. It apparently happens in California too. A whole bunch. I mean, how populous is that state? They actually have less movie theaters than they did 20 years ago. Yeah. They have more mega, 28 seats, 26 seats, 22 seats, whatever.
One of the things I found out recently, which kind of blows my mind, is it's not just the consumers, the customers that are complaining about the long preview times. It's the movie studios. They keep telling these theaters, stop showing so many trailers. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't want you to we don't want this because it's making the customers unhappy. They don't want to come to the movie. You know what I'm saying? So even the movie studios are very much disapproving of the time.
They're taking money from advertising about nothing that has nothing to do with movies.
Right.
Like, why am I seeing Coke
I saw that.
Why am I seeing a TV show coming this fall?
I was okay with that.
If that TV show is not directly connected to the movie I'm saying, like, I understand if I'm going to see Guardians of the Galaxy and you decide you're going to throw another Marvel Disney Plus series out there, there's at least some connection there.
Right.
When I go to see a movie like Weapons and they're showing me like an ad for Hershey's or something, I'm like, hold on a second, man.
And John, the crazy thing is, and you're aware of this just like I am, those of us that go all the time, we see the same commercials, the same trailers, the same intros all the time. And I'm just like so tired of it. I don't even show up until like 20 minutes past the start time.
I will sit outside my theater on a chair and mess with my phone until, like, let's say I'm going to see a 3:00 movie and they have 25 minutes of content. At 3:25, I will get up and start to head into my theater.
Right.
My seat's already been picked. I don't have anything to worry about.
You came up in the conversation after we bought the popcorn and sodas. I go, my buddy John orders food and brings it. I
do order food and bring it in.
I'm like, we should have done that. We could have had a full sushi thing for what I paid.
They didn't announce it, but in New Jersey, you know how back in the old day they would search you? Mm-hmm. In the state of New Jersey, that's not really legal anymore. So, like, if I go in with like a backpack, unless it's a police officer, not even paid security, unless it is a credentialed police officer,
Right.
I'm under no legal right to open my bag. And if they don't let me into the theater when I've bought a ticket, that's actionable.
Well,
so
for
I go in and I try
$50
not to super abuse it, but I go in.
Meanwhile, Rex would pay the same amount for the same stuff at a baseball game and only slightly
Not a word.
complain about it.
Actually,
You're
I
not
paid a
gonna notice.
little bit less because I took my daughter and I went to a Phil's game, and
Mike, I remember those days. Those
but-
were the best.
but it was $45. But my daughter offered to pay, and I did have a beer. Okay, so I, with your $9 beers these days at the ballpark, but it was expensive. But I did complain. I go, she rings it up, and I'm like, $45. Are you sure that you're not dealing with a guy who like ahead of me who had all this stuff, like 4 hot dogs?
I bet you he paid close to $100.
He goes, yeah. He kind of turned to me. He goes, $45, dude. That wouldn't pay for half of this.
Yeah, $45. You should be glad you got out of there light there. $45 is
So,
good.
and the other
You
thing
live in a
is-
world where we pay $10 for cheap hot dogs, man. Think about that.
oh my God.
The day I went to, I've done it several times, but the one day kind of people noticed it was kind of like the winter, cooler weather. I had my hoodie, my winter garb of like a hockey jersey and a hoodie. And in the hoodie pocket, I've got a bento box. And there's probably like a $28 sushi roll in there. And I've got like a bottle of green tea. And I'm sitting down, and the guy's looking at me. He's like, "Man, you really know how to work this. Do you have chopsticks?" I'm like, "Of course I have chopsticks."
Like,
And the
it's in
guy's
my
in
other
this-
pocket. Well,
He's
hold
like,
on.
between that and the green tea, that must have cost you $35. And I look at him, and he's got watered down Pepsi Zero, cherry Pepsi Zero. He's got a box of candy about that big, and he's got a bucket of old popcorn. And I said, "I bet you paid the same amount of money. What would you rather have, that or this?" And
Probably
he's like,
paid more.
and he's like, "That's really a good idea. I didn't think to stop at the sushi place before I came over." I said, "Stop." I said, "I just called. I have a DoorDash to the lobby." And he's like, "When I grow up, I want to be like you." And I'm like, I get that a lot.
That's what happens when you go to the movie like 15 times a day. Okay, you begin to learn.
Well,
right.
I don't have any choice. Robbie brought up the point earlier, and Matt Damon discussed this very eloquently, the change between physical media and streaming and digital and all this other stuff, about how it's taken a huge amount of money out of that industry. Nobody is benefiting. I mean, we used to get these amazing DVD sets. You know how amazing it would be to see like a 12 movie, A24 set?
Right.
I mean, go look at A24 and what they have, right? We all like different movies or whatever. But can you imagine that? 12 set, extra content. I remember when the Alien Quadrilogy or whatever it was, it came out. It blew people's minds. 4 Alien films and additional discs, that. There was a motion comic from Dark Horse at the time on there. Now, I'm kind of lazy. I don't want to deal with it. I'm watching something on Apple Plus, and I want to see a movie. Maybe I have it somewhere. Maybe I don't. I go to look at it. It's $3.99 to rent. It's $5.99 to buy.
Right.
So I have a license for it. Hopefully they'll keep renewing them. Prime is good, but there are people who've said Apple have lost a few licenses to movies, and they didn't get their money back. Because if you read the fine print, it tells you this fee enables you to a license for as long as we have it. Right? I mean, we all know about licensing, right? If I don't have a license for Pop Culture Philosophers, there's not going to be any PCP comic coming out.
So
At least not from me. It's going to be whoever has the new license.
So John, sorry, buddy. We had some technical difficulties at the beginning, and
John, we call that the good old days.
Yeah, the good old days. So Marcus, we did one apparently. So I made the suggestion. I talked to Mariano about it, and he pointed out that we did have one, a cosplay. It is not easy to do, because there are so many different people and so many different licenses that run across. So the first time we did it, it was not easy. But what I will do is I will search out the warehouse and see if I can see if we have any boxes of that cosplay, Women of Dynamite cosplay set that are left. If they are, I will bring it on the show.
You want me just to look around this desk?
No,
not the trading cards.
Yeah, as much of a mess as it is, it's not
the 29 Rachel.
It's already been done, so it goes in the warehouse.
He was supposed. It took him months to find me a card. Literally, Rachel mailed me a card before he had it. I said, "Dude, you live. This office is 8 minutes from my house. Rachel lives in California.
Yeah.
She got me the card first."
All right, so let's do the giveaway tonight is Hallows Eve #1 from the pages of Amazing Spider-Man, signed by Erica Schultz. Hashtag is, as always, hashtag EXP NCBD. Or, no,
I
I'm
love
sorry,
this book.
EXP Monday. Sorry, guys.
I love this book, man. I love the character. I thought this was very cool. This almost reminded me of having Marvel Unlimited. I read Marvel books. Some are good. If they're really good, I'll buy something. I love the Marvel Unlimited stuff. Marvel Mutts, Marvel Meows. Hallows Eve almost reminds me of Marvel Unlimited content. I know it's not, but that's what it reminds me of.
So, Unknown, I want to answer that question. So any Dynamite releases, we have every cover here. But to be clear, we're not trying to compete with your LCS. But because your LCS has a limited budget, they can't order everything that they want. So I encourage people, or if you live far away from LCS, like I know that Becky Bay does, we are your source if those things hold true. So if there is a book that you would like, a cover that you would like, cosplay, a variant, whatever, and your local LCS does not carry or did not order it that month, more than likely we do have it. Okay, every single cover hits our building first, usually a week in advance before it hits the LCS. Okay, so, but the thing about it is, there are so many.
You tell them, Edward.
So what ends up happening is they hang around in this warehouse for about a week, maybe 2 on the outside. Then it gets palletized, shrink wrapped, and sent to a satellite warehouse. The problem is it is not a warehouse
on satellites.
Yeah, in space. Okay, so the problem is that once it goes there, to pull one, there is a $200 minimum charge to move anything out of there. So it doesn't make sense for me to request 5 books or 10 books. Usually it's a pallet of stuff. It makes sense because you have that $200 charge that comes right off. So once it goes there, it's pretty inaccessible to me. Usually we'll hold a few copies around here, like 1 or 2, maybe 3 or 4, depending. But if it's real popular, it's kind of hard to say.
Preston, that's exactly what I'm thinking. I mean, this story could be much more entertaining if it was a real satellite.
So no, I'm talking about like a warehouse in PA. If you're in the business of anything that any kind of consumer item that you sell, that you store, there are warehouses across the country that they're not owned by you, but you can store your stuff like a storage place.
Yeah.
And they have a staff that moves it around, and you can request it, but it takes labor to find the boxes, tear them open, move them to you. So that's why they have a $200 minimum charge anytime you request something.
Money's no object here.
Yeah, apparently not for you. But anyway, all right. So I know we're way late on a break. So Jay, take us a break, and when we
Real
get
quick,
back,
before we go to break, I just wanted to say thank you, everybody. I see all the shout outs in the comments. Thank you for the hat. I tried to say thank you a couple times, but Xfinity kept lights on, lights off type deal. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, the dental situation wasn't ideal, but I don't even blame the dentist. Stuff happens, man. He's been my dentist for like 15 years. I'm not going to give everybody has a bad day at the office. So I had to go back, and it wasn't best. And, I just kind of hung down the shore.
You're right.
And it was, I just.
Yeah, but it's painful, man. I know that.
It's not the best, man. It's not the best. Yeah, that
there you go.
Not that any picture of me is great, but that one was really not great.
All right, hang out. We'll be right back, and we will get to the books.
Symphonic verses, Nocturne's romance. A song of romanticized darkness, dreaming death by sleep.
FOC, a comic industry term for the final day a new comic can be ordered by a local comic shop. So, what does that mean to you? Well, it's your last chance to order a new comic book from your local comic shop. Order up! The FOC show will go over every book that's about to be cut off every Friday afternoon.
I'm going to highlight some of the stuff that I think is really worth paying attention to,
so that you can put in an order at your LCS for as many copies or as many variant covers as you want.
Sometimes the store needs to know to up their orders.
Never miss out on a popular comic again. Order up, part of the experience.
Download our app on Google Play and the App Store. It's so simple, even my mommy can use it. In a world where you hit like and subscribe on our YouTube channel, that'd be really great. Thanks.
We're back. All right, so let's get to the books. So, as always, we have the Dynamite 10-pack reader set, 10 random Dynamite titles, $3.99 cover price or higher, and as always, we have it for the rock bottom price of $5. Then we have the DF Mystery Box, the best deal we've ever had on the air. 2 CGC 9.8s, 1 Virgin, 1 signed, 1 exclusive, and 10 back issues. $200 retail value guaranteed. And we've got it for $85. All right. So now the sketch covers. And we got some nice ones tonight. First up, for the Star Wars fans, we got Star Wars Obi-Wan and Anakin with Mandalorian cover sketch by Christian Blockinger. Suggested retail of $149.99. And we've got this one for $65. And then another interesting one by Jessica Court. We got Red Sonja, #1, with Red Sonja cover sketch by Jessica Court. MSRP of $149.99, and we've got it for $65. And then we've got Avengers #1 with Elektra cover sketch by Joe Del Beato and Mariana Nicieza. MSRP of $149.99, and we have for $65. Yeah, you got the thanks for saying so, Triple B. Then we have Transformers Drift Empires of Stone, #1 with Soundwave, cover sketch by John Pleak.
Yo, this is dope. It's Soundwave, one of the greatest Decepticons of all time.
All right. MSRP of $149.99, and we have this one for $65. And Tracy Medina outdid herself with this one. Black Cat #1 with Black Cat and Spidey, cover sketch by Tracy Medina. Suggested retail of $149.99, and we've got this one for $65.
Very cool.
And then finally, we have Zatanna, Bring Down the House #1 with Zatanna, cover sketch by Will Torres. MSRP of $149.99, and we've got it for $65. All right, so let's do shout outs. I realize I did not do that because thanks to all of the laptop issues, it has been a hot mess this show. All right, so let's go all the way back up to the top. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. All right, so Marcus, of course, John Stout, glad to see you back, bud. Tacoma Geek, glad to see you back too, buddy. We got Preston in the house, CJ.
Alberto's claiming the Spidey Black Cat. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Wait,
Spidey
what?
Black Cat and the Jessica Court.
All right, you got it, Alberto. All right, so let me see. Alberto. Got that one. And where's the Black Cat one? And Jessica Court. All right. So all the requested commissions are in. I am sorry it took a little bit longer. Just people have gotten like swamped with different things. So I need to get certs made for them. But they should be shipping out tomorrow, buddy. Don Johnson, what's going on, bud? So Unknown in the house. Alberto, of course. CJ, I said hi to. Let me see. All right. Nick Barucci in the house. All right. And, of course, thumbs up, he says. Mike Asbill. Hey, buddy. Let's see. Who did I miss? Becky Bate I saw in here. Unknown. How you doing, bud? Let's see. Preston, of course. And Ed Weird. Yeah, it's getting close, buddy. 2 months. Tracy Medina. Easy Go Lucky. What's going on, guys? I think I've got everyone.
I found out what the problem is.
What's the problem?
He's in there live streaming like 3 movies.
No, I don't think that's a problem. I really think it's a laptop.
He's
Sorry to
binge
correct
watching
that.
Star Blazers on one computer.
Well, that may do it. Let me see. I think I got everyone. If I didn't, I apologize.
I like the Satana cover.
All right. So, yeah, okay, let's see. Preston cracking me up. Once it's in the hands of the USPS, I can't guarantee anything these days.
I don't think they guarantee anything anymore. It's a crapshoot. They're like,
So, yeah,
3
no.
weeks away from being bought by Walmart, so settle down.
All right, Preston. No, I will personally make sure it goes out tomorrow if I can. Okay, but no later than Wednesday. I guarantee it. Okay, so the sources are here. The books are here. So we just need the hologram seal and we're good. All right, I will get them out the door. I'm sorry it took. Commissions are hit or miss because we always have them doing other work. So, like you haven't seen a lot of Ken Hazer, and the reason is she's doing sketch cards. He's doing crowdfunders. So
Listen, you want to see Ken? We just drive down to his house. He's like a half hour from here. Sure.
well, I'm not worried
He's got
about
a great
that.
burger place in his neighborhood.
And no, it'll be Nick. It's always Nick.
Oh no, it'll be me.
We didn't run out, Marcus.
No.
So, but yeah, so we'll get that turned around and out to you guys. I apologize, but
And I want a
but they're
hologram
nice.
seal for my hat.
And Triple B, yours is
Back.
nice and interesting, I guess. So, they gave it to Mariano when it came in, and Mariano hands me the stack and goes, and that one was Triple B's was on top. He's like, I don't even want to know about it. He just hands it to me and walks away.
Nice,
so-
Marcus. I like that.
So, all right. So they will get out the door tomorrow. I promise. And yes, Preston, you do have me on tape. Oh, well, I guess they don't call it that anymore.
Oh, you sound
Video.
like Warner Wolf. Let's go to the videotape.
Right? Let's go to the tape. Swing back on that. All right. But
I like this cover though.
yeah, it's nice, right?
I like this cover. You know what? I want to see this one. I want to see this in black too. Maybe where her hair is white.
All right.
Like
So
color swap a little bit.
I brought some
Very cool.
DF Dynamic Forces exclusive covers and some. Let's see, we've got a Captain Planet #1 exclusive by Mark Spears, limited to only 422 tonight.
421. You know, Robbie's got one sitting in his house.
Probably.
Come on, bro.
I mean, he did base that cover on me, y'all. We all know it. Come on.
Robbie's been on a few covers, right?
One for sure that I know of.
I was going to say one I got from Kickstarter or something, right?
I have no idea.
I was going to say one we got from Kickstarter. It was like Robbie on the cover. I was like, all right.
Yeah, the Reanimator book.
Reanimator, thank you. I couldn't think of the name of it for a second.
All right.
I don't have one of those, by the way. Just saying.
What? You don't?
I know. Isn't that crazy?
Don't you get comps when you're on the cover?
That's what I'm saying, man.
See, this
So, you
is
know.
horrible because I get comps and I'm not on a cover. That seems unjust. That doesn't seem right, man.
Not my department. That's all I have to say. All right.
If they're going to put me on the cover, it has to be like a wraparound cover because, you know, giant head.
So, Jay, we'll wait until the top of the hour to take the second break. What do you think?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we're so behind right now. All right. So, first up, we got Army of Darkness, Boba Hotep, trade paperback. This I have for 50.
Very cool. I love Army of Darkness. I love Bubba Hotep. This was a real fun series. If you're a fan of these franchises, of these properties, these movies, definitely check them out.
#1 Marvel fan. What's going on, bud?
I had a couple different copies of this, and last summer I let someone borrow it, and this summer it's still at my buddy's shore house where he left it. He's like, dude, I thought I was gonna have to buy you another one. It's here. And I was like, did you read it? He's like, I didn't start yet. I was like, read it. And while he was sitting on the deck reading it, we put Bubba Hotep on.
Too funny. All right. So next up, we have Danger Girl and the Army of Darkness, #1 DF exclusive cover, limited to only 650 printed. And we have this one for $20.
At that point, you should have went to just 666.
Not my call. All right. They don't ask me about these things.
Just to watch the Feeding Frenzy to get number 666. To see.
Good point. All right. Then we have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #21 DF exclusive cover. And I've got this one for 15.
I like this a lot. This would be a very cool t-shirt too.
Yeah, I'm always a sucker for any Kevin Eastman image, period.
Yeah.
I just love his work.
So, no, Marcus, thanks for asking.
A couple of years ago, I was at Wizard World in Philadelphia, and somebody had the coolest turtle hockey jersey I'd ever seen. And I'm like, you have to tell me where you got that. And he's like, no, I totally will not tell you where I got this because this is totally pirated. I said, okay, man, tell me no more. He's like, it cost me like $160 to have this made. I was like, yeah, much respect, man, much respect. I
Too
get it.
funny. All right, so we have Suicide Squad #1 DF exclusive cover, limited edition of 3,000, and we have this one for $10.
Nice.
All right.
I've seen people do cool stuff with hockey sweaters at cons and stuff like that, man. The last time I went to Comic Con, by 2019, somebody had turned a hockey jersey into like a Harley Quinn jersey. And I thought that was awesome. But of course, again, no, I'm not going to tell you where I got it.
Probably not.
I mean, I've done that too, though. probably 8 or 9 years ago now, somebody saw my Green Hornet watch. And the guy literally stopped me and grabbed my arm, like, where do you get a Green Hornet watch from? I was like, I found a guy that does watch mods on the internet.
Right.
And it wasn't like a super expensive watch. It was like Stern Glass or something, like a good quality, but, a couple $100, maybe not anything insane. Like, I'm not defacing a Rolex, but, and of course it was there for a while. It was great. And then, the Hornet sort of detached a little bit. And, when I tried to get a hold of the guy to fix it,
All right. So, Jay, I assume you corrected the spelling on this. Betty and Veronica, #1, DF exclusive cover.
Yeah, I wasn't sure who Barry and Veronica was.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I just noticed it. Going too fast.
That's one of those "this ain't" movies.
Going a little too fast this morning. And we have this one for 50. All right, and here it is. The Captain Planet #1 gold
John
foil.
Stout, that's cool. John Stout just mentioned he has a Spawn hockey jersey
This
from
is
the 90s.
the foil exclusive limited edition of only 422. It didn't come out real good. I tried to touch it up a little bit. The scan.
The scan.
Yeah, it's the foil comics are always a problem.
Although I got to tell you, though, man, this is exactly the face Captain Planet would have if he reappeared in 2025. Like, what have you done? Did you forget everything I taught you?
This one we have for
It
20.
looked like Castle Triple B. 5 people come together to form Castle. And he's about the right size, too. 5 people. That would totally be right.
Castle is actually a little bigger, I think. Don't you think? All right. So then we have Star Wars Vader
Castle is
Down.
like when Ray Stevenson played the Punisher.
Vader Down #1 DF exclusive. Limited edition of 5,000. And we have this one for 8.
I like this a lot.
All right. And then we have Miller and McNiven's Nemesis #4. DF exclusive cover, limited edition of 2,000. And I have this one for 8. All right. Let's do a quick Rex cap for anyone joining us a little bit late. Not that we were on time, but
Does that mean we have to recreate internet outages? Because how far back does this recap go?
all right. So
I got a cool hat, everybody. Thanks, Marcus.
So the giveaway tonight is Hallows Eve #1, ASM signed by Erica Schultz. And the hashtag is #EXP Monday, all lowercase. Then we have Dynamite 10-pack reader set, 10 random Dynamite titles, $3.99 cover price or higher, and we have for $5 tonight. Then the best deal we've ever had on the air, DF Mystery Box. 2 CGC 9.8s, 1 Virgin, 1 signed, 1 exclusive, and 10 back issues. $200 retail value guaranteed. And we've got it for a low price of $85. And you know what? I'll throw in shipping again.
Oh. For all the people that said, I remember when you used to sell comics on this show. Your time has come, man. Here you go.
All right. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Jay, yes, I will. You'll have it on Wednesday.
It's going to be all Green Hornet.
Sorry, buddy.
it's just going to be all green.
I might do that. All right. Then we have Star Wars Obi-Wan and Anakin with Mandalorian cover sketch by
It's
Christian
the time of the show where
Blockinger.
Marcus asks for Mannix.
Yeah. I don't know, Marcus. There are certain titles I can use in the pick and certain ones I can't. So it depends on licensing and all that. So MSRP of $149.99, and we have this one for $65.
I like this a lot. Best car armor.
All right, and then we have Avengers #1 with Elektra cover sketch by Joe Del Beato and Mariana Nicieza. MSRP of $149.99, and we have this one for $65.
I really like the colors on here. You know, it's not like the typical. You're looking at
Right.
Electra. You're expecting you're going to see what, red and black. And I don't think anybody has a problem with that. But I think the primary colors are going to be red and black, right?
Right.
This just has a different sort of, like an Instagram filter hit it or something.
All right. Then we have Transformers Drift, Empire of Stone, #1 with Soundwave cover sketch by John Pleak. MSRP of $149.99, and we have this one for $65.
And no one wants to know if the Red Sonja sold.
Yes, it did, buddy. Alberto bought one. All right. Bought the only one we had. All right. So then we have Zatanna, Bring Down the House, #1 with Zatanna cover sketch by Will Torres. MSRP of $149.99. And we have this one for $65. Then we have Army of Darkness, Bubba Hotep, trade paperback. And we have this one for $50.
This is something that should be revisited. I'm going to have to pester the publisher at like 2 a.m. when I know he's still awake. Hey, you know what I've been thinking? Do not laugh. I sent Nick, and I'm not saying I had anything to do with this, at least 2 years ago. It was late at night. I knew Nick was awake. I said, oh, I'm rereading Peter Cannon Thunderbolt. 2 years later, there's going to be more Peter Cannon Thunderbolt. Then I said, yes, eventually Nick gets to everything I ask it for. It's just that the list is getting longer and longer.
All right.
Marcus got me. Who asked about the hat? Marcus Edward. Marcus got me a hat.
Yeah.
From one of my favorite out of the neighborhood spots, Wiener Schnitzel. I love this place. I would love if there was one even remotely close to me. It's just.
So where's the nearest one?
Where did I have Wiener Schnitzel? Chicago.
No, that's far.
Chicago or Indianapolis. I'm sorry, one of those two. I'm having. It was just delicious. It was a great spot. There's a couple spots in Indianapolis that are super, super good. People are waiting to get into all these places.
I'm a big fan of German food, personally. I like it a lot. The varieties, I believe, are kind of small, just in terms of different types of dishes you can.
Yeah, I've said this before. In the Northeast, you tend to get a larger variety of everything.
Right.
But when you start moving to the Midwest and the South, you get a large amount of their food. And I love that, man. And fried chicken spots everywhere, barbecue spots everywhere. Chicago, they start really getting into their sandwiches and stuff like that.
Right.
I've been to Milwaukee before. I've been to Indianapolis 4 or 5 times for Gen Con. Just, it's really like you don't get a lot of this food. There's a place in Indianapolis called St. Elmo's Fire. And it's my second favorite con steakhouse bar after Lou and Mickey's in San Diego. These are people that realize you've come to the con, you've decided to waste some money, and they've got amazing local distillations of bourbon, whiskey, the best prime rib you can find, giant pork steaks that you're just not going to find anywhere here.
Right. All right. Then we have Danger Girl and the Army of Darkness. #1 DF exclusive cover, limited to only 650, and we have that one for 20. Then we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #21 DF exclusive cover, and we have that 15. Hey, Corey.
Yeah, I'm not saying this just because it's a DF cover. This is just a cool cover. And keep in mind, we've had a lot of turtle covers that were just. Whenever you think, okay, I'm not going to see one better than this, yeah, you do.
All right. Then we have Suicide Squad #1 DF exclusive cover, limited edition of 3,000, and we have that for 10. Then Betty and Veronica #1 DF exclusive cover, and we have this one for 50. Then Captain Planet #1 gold foil exclusive cover, limited to only 422.
Hey, Earth, stay punished.
Made by Mark Spears, and we have that for 20. Then we have Star Wars Vader Down #1 DF exclusive, limited to only 5,000 ever printed, and we have that for 8. Then we have Millar and McNiven's Nemesis #4 DF exclusive cover, limited to only 2,000, and
Thank
we
you,
have
Joe.
that free.
Are
All
we,
right. So we're going to take
we're
our,
gonna take our
second break, and then we will
we'll
get
be
to
back.
the
I'll try to
Dynamite
be
books.
more on track. I feel bad because the first hour of the show was sort of
Well,
we stumbled out of the gate, man.
yeah. It's I will talk to IT tomorrow about this.
Well, you're still getting 2 hours of Robbie, so don't complain.
All right. So when we come back, we'll talk about the new Dynamite books that are coming out on Wednesday. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Whoa. Whoa. Did you miss it? Yeah, they can go by pretty fast. Let's slow down the footage.
Welcome. It's time to skim some comics. Miles Morales Spider-Man, I will just tell you that Miles is very important in his role as a vampire. So.
It's fine. If you like Hercules, read it. If you don't like it, don't worry about it. It's fine.
The art is still stunning. There's a panel, little spoiler, there's a panel in this where Chitauri first hits Lion-O, and he is the best "did she really just hit me" face I've ever seen put in a comic book.
Wow, live reviews of new comic books so you can be ready for New Comic Book Day. What is this? Oh, I see. It's Minute to Skim It. Part of the experience.
Programming on the EXP is made possible by viewers like you, or your local comic shop, or that Kickstarter you backed, or the publisher you like, or comic industry professionals who want to share a message with the world. Really, anyone who wants to advertise with us can. If you're interested in seeing a product you know and love, or are creating, or are publishing, or are involved with, advertised here on The Experience, and having your message shared with our viewers, please reach out by scanning the QR code below or visiting our website and using the contact form. According to a statistic that I just made up, people spend 4 hours a day changing the television channel. People who watch The Experience don't do that. Save yourself a ton of time by tuning into The Experience and enjoying our new original programming 7 days a week. And then tell your friends. Think about the money they could save on batteries in the remote alone just by tuning into The Experience. Find out more by scanning the QR code below. Twitch, it's not just what happens when you have too many energy drinks anymore. Check out our content over there too.
We are back. All right, on to the Dynamite books. Here we go. So first up, we have Sonya Reborn #1 coming out on Wednesday. We've got cover A by Stepan Sejic, and we have this at cover price.
This is an awesome book. Christopher Priest writing the heck out of this book. A random woman from the modern day awakens in Red Sonja's bodies, or in her body, and chaos ensues. It was a great first issue. I cannot wait for everybody to be able to check it out.
Cool. All right, so Nick, which one are you talking about? So Jay did send up the link for the Wizard of Oz, and I guess Jay is saying he dropped the link for the Vampirella blind bag.
There it is.
All right, so the Vampirella blind bags on Kickstarter, I believe it's got 2 more weeks before it closes. Check it out. Okay, so the bag itself has some really Red Sonja Humble Bundle. Phil, what's going on? is still active as far as I know. All right. So the blind bag is actually got a lot of new stuff that has never been seen before. So check it out. Check out the Kickstarter. It is quite interesting.
That blind bag represents a good way to put this. That blind bag represents the bulk of my Dynamite fandom.
There we go.
Because I've been a Vampirella fan since before Dynamite was doing the book. I was a fan with Harris. I was a fan with Warren.
Right.
Vampirella is probably the character I have been a fan of in comics, even longer than Green Hornet. I didn't get into the Green Hornet until I saw the TV show, and it was the coolest thing I ever saw. And that's when I deep dove into all the books, the different things. Nick very kindly gifted me a book that had Green Hornet comic strips reprinted from like the 40s and 50s. It's one of Nick has given me a lot, not to be a jerk. Nick has given me a lot of really nice gifts. That might be the nicest gift he gave me other than original art. It is just this great large print format book, and it is stuff from the 40s and 50s, and it is amazing. I think it backfired a little bit on Nick because every time I read a cool story, I suggested how it should be redone for Dynamite, but Nick being super patient and understanding, he was but yeah, this Vampirella, I was looking at the blind bag or whatever, and I'm like, a lot of this is sort of, I'm very happy
check it out. Yeah,
to be a Dynamite fan, but it represents a good chunk of my fandom for Dynamite.
All right, so then we have cover B, Sonya Reborn #1 by Joshua Middleton, and we have this at cover price as well.
We just had two really cool books almost on the one right after the other. We got Sonya Noir and we got Sonya Reborn. And this is just great new kind of like directions, creative energy.
Yes. So John Stout, that is another project we have Ken working on. So that's why you don't see many hazers on the show anymore. He is so busy just doing our stuff. So
Preston, I'll tell you what I would rather see, and I think most people know I'm a fairly big Green Hornet fan. Rather than see Red Sonja brought to one of the eras of Green Hornet, 30s, 40s, 60s, 90s, I would rather see Kato go back to the Hyborian age.
There you go.
Because I'll tell you right now, Sonya takes on some pretty funky characters. I don't think they're ready for Kato. I really don't. My guess would be a lot of Kato's moves haven't been invented yet. So I imagine some people are going to be given a seat.
All right. Then we have cover C by Chad Harden. And we have that at cover price.
Chad Harden did a bunch of great stuff for Johnny Quest. I really enjoyed his Johnny Quest covers.
All right. So then we got cover D by Greg Land.
This very much has Mark Schultz energy to me. This is very much a little bit of a slight nod, maybe inadvertently, to Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, which is like one of my all-time favorite things in comics, better known to a lot of people as Xenozoic Tales, I guess.
All right. So then we have cover E, and this is a cosplay cover. And then we have cover F, the Cedric foil.
Nice.
And we have this at $9.99.
I don't know, Preston. I mean, I love Conan. I've read Conan for a good part of my life. My dad was a comic strip guy, and my dad was a pulp novel type guy. So he had a lot of, that's how I got introduced to Conan, Tarzan, John Carter, Solomon Kane. Right. My dad would have all these kind of paperbacks with like a red edging around them. They were sort of cheap and fell apart, but they were amazing. With Conan and Kato in like a fantasy fight, that's very much speed versus size and strength. Mm-hmm. They've gone out of their way to tell you Kato is not a super large person. And Conan is what? The size of an NFL linebacker? Easily?
Yeah.
I think that's very much a case of, I love Kato. I'm not 100% sure how that fight's going to go.
So unknown. They should. I don't know which ones they do have or they ordered. So, again, if but they should have them this Wednesday. All right, we have cover G, the Cedric Foil Virgin, and we had that for $29.99.
Yeah, Preston, those were good pulp purists. For some reason, my dad really preferred pulp in a novel. I guess he preferred to imagine what Tarzan and all these people looked like. His visual thing by far was Dick Tracy. He would wait for Tracy on Sundays, man. He was excited for comic strips on Sundays on Saturday night, like I was for cake.
Yeah, unknown, yes, I will. All right. So, even Friday, even next Monday, if there's something you want, they should still be here. So all you have to do is hit the submission form or email me. One of the two is fine. All right. Then we have cover H, the Joshua Middleton foil. And we have that for $9.99.
Not that the regular cover is terrible, but this looks so much better in foil.
You
know what I mean?
This rendering is so lifelike. It's unreal.
And the foil sort of almost really brings the chainmail bikini to life in a weird way. It's hard to see because we don't get the greatest of images from this stuff. But.
Right. All right. Then we have cover I, the Middleton foil version. I already said that, didn't I? No, not yet. All right. There we go. That one we have for $29.99. Then we have cover J, the black variant.
Question?
Wait,
he wanted to know if these would be available on
Yes,
Wednesday.
I answered. That's why I said,
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Oh, it's the Robbie sketch cover variant.
Yeah. So Robbie did do something. You missed that one.
Oh, did you?
Robbie,
really?
do you have it handy?
My sketch cover?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he did do something.
There's the first one right there.
Nice, Robin.
It only took 3 years.
Cool. Oh, it's nice though, man.
Yeah. Where's yours, Rex? It's taking you a lot longer.
I never said I was doing one. I never volunteered to do one. You did. That's the difference.
Hey, I told you it would take a minute.
What is this? The Jerry Jones method?
I'll just tell you right now, if I'm obligated to do a cover, I'm texting Dave Acosta. I'm just telling you. I'm texting Dave Acosta and he will be doing my homework.
There is no way that I will ask you to do it. Trust me.
I was going to say, man, there's just no, man. I'll jot like a recipe on the sketch cover, but I'm not. No,
all right. So then we have cover L, the Cedric Virgin variant, and we have that for $50.
You wait for Robbie's 2028 drop. You think I'm kidding?
Marcus is claiming your sketch cover.
It's not done yet. I don't think you can claim it. They have to have
it.
Hey,
Marcus, it'll be ready in about 1.5 years. On the outside. All right, we got cover M, the 110 cosplay version. And we have that for $10.
Nice.
Nice,
2 million minutes from now.
Then we have cover N, the 110 Greg Land foil. And we have that for $10.
2028, Rob, you'll have frosty hair. He'll look like James Gunn, right? He'll have like the frosty hair and like, welcome to PCP 2028. Here's my sketch cover.
I don't know, man. I'm hoping for more of the slow crawl like George Clooney. You know, that's.
Gotcha, man.
All right. Then we have cover O, the 110 Chad Harden black and white variant.
Ooh.
And we have that for $10. Then we have cover P, the 115 Greg Land foil version. And we have that for $15. And then we have cover Q, the 115 Chad Harden black and white version. And we have that for $15.
Yeah, the first time I really took like a minute to look at Chad Harden's work for Dynamite was the sketches when they were coming back for Johnny Quest. And I was like, man, I was starting to imagine this guy doing other stuff. And I thought to myself, yeah, I'd love to see this guy doing some The first thought that popped into my head was because Draculina was floating around again. I was like, let's get that guy Draculina cover. But, Sonya a little bit more higher visibility.
All right. So then we have cover R, the 115 Greg Land Virgin. And we have that for 15. Then cover S, the 120 Chad Harden Virgin. And we have that for 20. Then we have cover T, the 125 Middleton Virgin, and we have that for 25. Then we have cover U, the red blank variant. And then we have that for cover price. And then we have cover V, the 17 Harden foil, and we have that for 7. Then we have cover W, the 110 Chad Harden foil virgin. And we have that for 10. And that is the Sonya Reborn #1, cover W. Or not cover W, that was the last one. But that's Sonya Reborn #1.
Such a great book, y'all. You're going to love it. I had a lot of fun reading it.
All right. So Robbie was a fan. Cool. All right, so next up.
Well, we talked about this. We even talked about this a couple of years ago. Red Sonja was primed for new directions, right? I think, as someone who's read Red Sonja since late 70s, early 80s,
right?
It was kind of time for other stuff. And I think the books that really kind of got more visibility and success are books that kind of took her. I mean, we've seen her cut the heads off of a million guys. Monsters, whatever, they just don't make it.
Right.
It's very cool. There's always the cool and goth constant, but you know what I mean? I think some of this stuff, this book and Sonya Noir, I would tell anyone right now, grab these. You can always kind of go back and get some of the other stuff later. But these are a great way to start maybe for someone who hasn't read a lot of Sonya but wants to. Movie is out now, in the ether, sort of, not quite out, but.
All right, now we have Red Sonja versus the Army of Darkness #5. Cover A by Bjorn Berens, and we have that for $4.99. It's definitely Red Sonja Day.
It's probably because I love Army of Darkness and Evil Dead, but I feel like no matter who, and this is just for me personally, I feel like no matter who they pair Ash with, Ash kind of steals the show. And I think that's maybe because, at least in my mind, Ash is Bruce Campbell. It's like a real dude, right? So I kind of hear the voice. It's like more real to me, if that makes sense. Army of Darkness and Vampirella. I was like, blah, blah, I didn't care. I barely noticed. And I love Vampirella.
Right.
I barely noticed her in the book. It's all that.
All right. Then we have cover B by Tim Seeley. And we have that at cover price.
Hail to the king, baby.
And then we have cover C by Tom Rainey. Also cover price. And then cover D by Nicole Jelenic. And we have that at cover price. Then we have cover F, the Tom Rainey Virgin. And we have that for $50.
That's crazy. The composition of that cover is crazy.
And then cover G, the 110 by Tim Seeley black and white variant. And we have that for $10.
Apparently the draw of MegaCon in Orlando is Robbie and Castle.
And a little Bueller.
And Travis?
A little bit of Bueller, yeah.
Bueller, I was just saying,
you guys
Bueller,
going this year?
I pretty much try to go every year, so yeah, but all the Bahama Breezes closed down, so now it's a little less enticing, man. I'll tell you.
Yeah, it's
I don't know where in Orlando I can find a good pina colada, man.
Oh, yeah, that'll be hard. So what happened? I did not hear this.
I don't think every single one closed
like
yet.
It's
but
the one at Cherry Hill also?
It's, I gotta be honest with you, I haven't been.
What I heard is that they just shut them all down, is what I heard. but I don't know.
Yeah, that's probably why I haven't seen any posts in the group for a while. My Facebook group for food. It's niche, right? And while I love that niche, from a corporate perspective,
I haven't been there
they're
in
not
years.
getting their bang for their. I mean, they closed Red Lobster. I know it's open to reorganize or whatever, blah blah blah. But Red Lobster was like where 3/4 of this country had their first taste of seafood for like a 25-year period. And if they couldn't, we're just in a very different time now.
Well, I hear those places are making a comeback right now. Like Red Lobster, that's what news says anyway.
Oh, apparently, I'm looking it up right now. They just closed 15 locations, and I'm looking 5 of those locations in Florida. No Orlando mentioned, so maybe the Orlando one is still there. That'd be cool.
So see, I would think in Orlando though, that kind of food, like I think Bahama Breeze in Milwaukee would be way more popular than it would be like in Miami, right?
Yeah.
Because, you know, you're already kind of Floridian, tropical, whatever you want to call that type of vibe.
Dwayne, what's up, man?
Donkey Kong did steal the barrel from Cracker Barrel. I love that.
So the other problem is Orlando is a tough market. There's so much competition.
Well, it's Disney, it's Universal. Every celebrity chef wants a spot there.
Right.
In the next 10 years, they're supposed to add 4 mega resort hotels.
So the problem is because of Disney and Universal, you could be stuck in the park. So you're going to eat there for the entire day. So it kind of, I don't know.
Well, once upon a time, food at Disney was terrible. And then they realized, just like a casino, we don't want you leaving.
Yeah.
So if we have to put better food in here, we will. Because you reached a point where, when I was like in my 20s, maybe even in my early 30s, well, people were taking their kids to Disney World so they'd tolerate a terrible burger. Or what? By the time I got to like 40, people were like, I'm spending $1,000 a day and more in here.
Yeah,
if I can't get a decent sandwich, I'm not interested in going.
Right.
So, especially in Disneyland in California, you went from people going on taco trucks because the food was so bad to, I think it's called Napa Rose, which was like a James Beard nominated place. One of the best restaurants in California for years. And I think that's sort of, you know, now Disney is like, hey, look, we're going to get everything in here. Wolfgang Puck spots,
right.
You know, like Universal got Emerald Lagasse spots. And they just, you know, just stay here. Don't take your money elsewhere.
All right. Cover H, the 110 Nicole Jelenic Virgin. And we have that for 10. Then cover I, the 115 Tim Seeley Black and White Virgin. And we have that for 15. Then we have cover J, the 115 Bjorn Berens Virgin. And we have that for 15. And then cover K, the 120 Tim Seeley Virgin. And we have that for 20. And that is the Red Sonja versus the Army of Darkness, number 5, coming out Wednesday. All right, so next up, we have Herculoids, number 7. First up, we got cover A by Francesco Mattina. And we have that at cover price.
This title continues to bring me endless joy.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Well, for me, it's the book, plus it's the Easter eggs by me pestering Tom Snigowski on Messenger.
I love the book. I think it's great, dude. And this issue is awesome because a lot of the seeds that Tom had been sowing start coming to fruition in this issue. And issue number 6 might have been my favorite one, the one with Egu molting. That one was great. That
was wild. That was something when Tom always talks to me, but there are certain things. Tom doesn't spoil stuff for me.
Right.
Because Tom's a fan, just like, you know, that was sort of, you know, he was like, he said to me, I'm waiting for you to see this. And I just was like, you know, not something I expected to see.
All right. Then we have cover B, the Linsner variant. And we have that at cover price.
You can tell he's having a blast drawing these.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can just tell after all the sort of dawn, whatever, but you can tell he's enjoying doing these.
All right. Then we have cover C, the Bjorn Berens variant. And we have that at cover price. Then we have cover D, the Anthony Marquez variant.
This is really neat.
And we have that at cover price as well. Let's see how much farther we have to go. Bear with me 1 second there. All right. So then we have cover E, the 1:10 ratio Linsner black and white variant. And we have that at 10. Then we have cover F, the 1:10 Anthony Marquez Virgin. And we have that at 10. Then we have cover G, the 1:15 Linsner black and white Virgin. And we have that at 15. Then we have cover H, the 1:15 Bjorn Borens Virgin. And we have that at 15. Then we have cover I, the 1:20 Linsner Virgin. We have that at 20.
What I love about this series too is Dorno has essentially become like the anti-Commandy, right? In Commandy's book, everything wants to kill him. Like almost everything wants to kill him, right? Rats, tiger, gorilla, whatever. You got to go, man. You just got to go. Only the dog like helps him out. In this, it's the exact opposite. This is a story of a boy and his monster friends, and let's have a blast. I love that energy for this book.
All right. Then we have cover J, the 1:15 Anthony Marquez black and white Virgin. And we have that for 15. And then cover K, the 1:10 Francesco Mattina Virgin. And we have that for 10.
This is the last thing a lot of people say. It didn't go your way.
So, Robbie, what is the movie of the night tonight?
The Hunger.
We're in the second week of Horror Fest, kicking it off with The Hunger, which just happens to be Tony Scott's first movie. Stars Catherine Deneuve, David Bowie, Susan Sarandon, a very sexy, underappreciated vampire movie from 1983. In my personal opinion, it's going to be a great show.
What's happening, Robert? All right. So we have, let's see.
And I think The Hunger kind of had a spin that a lot of people sort of, kind of picked up on later. There's a lot of movies and TV shows where you can kind of see the beats and some of the stuff from The Hunger.
And it's definitely it's one of the first goth movies, if you really think about it.
Yes.
Right? It kind of is. And even to the point of having Bauhaus in the very opening scene of the film.
Yeah.
But,
there's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot there more than just, Ziggy Stardust Vampire. And I've heard it kind of called that, almost dismissively. And I'm like, no. I think David Bowie is underrated and underappreciated as an actor.
I agree. He's got to be in certain roles, man. Things like The Hunger, things like the Man Who Fell to Earth.
Yeah.
Oh, I love The Man Who Fell to Earth. Absolutely. Of course, Labyrinth, but man, The Man Who Fell to Earth is, I think, really good. Very underappreciated.
Well, the guy didn't take himself so ridiculously seriously. I mean, the guy did a cameo in Zoolander. You know what I mean?
That's another great role in it.
You know what I mean? It's just that whenever I see cameos like that, it tells me people don't take themselves too seriously.
So I mentioned this.
I mean, basically, he's playing himself, right?
So Mariano joined me for he was there for a little bit on Monday with Robbie, and then sat the entire show on Wednesday with me. Believe it or not.
Oh, you got a new co-host.
He wanted to introduce some new artists that he brought on board.
Nice, Jay, nice. Listen to your friend.
One thing I mentioned, but to the group out there, but you and Robbie weren't here. The first thing I noticed at the movie during, along with all the obvious things, was Vince Lombardi in the crowd. Did you see that?
There's a bunch of different sort of Easter eggs. I don't even know if they mainly be Easter eggs because they're pretty sort of front and center. Like it's a love letter to Jack Kirby. I mean, I guess we kind of get a peek into the Marvel office at one point.
So apparently my daughter knew more than I thought. So she is familiar.
Well, that's not terrible to hear at all.
Well, no, in the Marvel MCU kind of thing, right? so she knew why the rocket was named Excelsior.
Mm-hmm.
So she told me, I didn't notice it when it happened, but apparently 2 guys rushed the window, 2 artists.
Yeah.
And that's supposed to be Kirby and Stan Lee, I guess.
Kirby and Stan Lee.
They're at the Timely Studios or whatever, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's at the Timely Studios or whatever. There's a scene where the actors from the Roger Corman Fantastic Four are in the sort of crowd watching, I guess, one of the crowd shots. Where
damn, I missed that. I missed that part.
They tried to went out of their way to kind of they made it as open arms as they could. This is the best version of Fantastic Four you were going to get. The Fantastic Four is rooted in the 60s, so you had to have that energy. They've tried to modernize it, and it just didn't work.
So what's funny was that she knew most of the Easter eggs, so they had seen it before we went on Tuesday. So I said, well, we can watch something else. We don't have to watch this. We can pick another movie you haven't seen. And she said, no, I want to see it again because there's a lot of Easter eggs. So what she didn't know was about the Roger Corman one. And she'd heard of it and said, oh, yeah, I heard that one was super bad. So I said, no, yeah, it was super bad, but I don't think you understand why it was made. And I had to explain to her.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
They were almost out of license if they didn't make it.
And I'll tell you, if you watch that movie, considering what they had to work with, it's not that bad.
No,
I mean, is it a good movie? No. I mean, let me be clear. I'm not,
it was bad.
But I'm saying
it's still the best Doctor Doom we've gotten so far.
If you put it into perspective, it's not as bad as people say.
Well, it's been many years since I've watched it, so I'd have to go back and find it somewhere and watch it again. But I encouraged her to watch it. She was like, no, I heard it was awful. I said, it is, but it was so bad it became a cult classic.
Yeah.
I said, you should go back and watch it. Like she knew a lot about what was going on in the movie. I was surprised. Didn't think she'd know that much. But yeah, I thought that was funny. She didn't know that. She goes, who? I go, Vince Lombardi. The Super Bowl trophy is named after the man. Fuddruckers.
Well, they tried to this movie is obviously a Fantastic Four movie, but it's kind of a love letter to an idealized version of the 60s. I'm trying to think of a good way to put this. It's like an idealized version of the 1960s. And that's sort of the best environment you were going to get for the Fantastic Four. And one of the things I really liked is if you noticed at the end, a few years later, the Fantastic Four has subtly shifted into the 70s.
Right.
They went from the early 60s look and vibe, color palette, whatever you want to call it, set design, to you see Sue Richards a few years later, and she's very much wearing late 60s, early 70s clothes, makeup, haircut.
Right.
The Fantastic Four is a great palette for that.
Well, I think it was one you guys said way back before the movie came out, long before the movie came out.
Retrofuturism, nice, Marcus.
It was that I think it may be you, John, who said it. They really have to go back into that time period, that Mad Men time period, to make this work, and that's what they did, and it did work.
I think several Fantastic Four fans kind of realized when they decided they were going to give it another shot, even before they were cast or whatever, nobody wanted to see another version of a modern Fantastic Four, and if they did, they didn't give it a great chance of success.
Right.
I think the whole stealing a rocket type vibe, that's just not the sort of, you know what I mean? That's the sort of stuff that worked in 50s and 60s movies. And I said this one time in a comic group I belong to. I said the Fantastic Four is essentially rooted in the 60s, but their DNA is in the 50s. Challengers of the Unknown is all late 50s stuff. And I think that, Kirby kind of drags a lot of that energy into 1961, 62 when he's working on the Fantastic Four.
So we got to take our last and final break. But when we get back, I saw someone mention Fuddruckers, and they aren't all closed.
Not Myrtle Beach, Kelly.
That's where I went. So we were in Myrtle for that
I used to stay at an oceanfront condo, like within a couple blocks of there, so I can just wander over.
Yeah, so we went because my daughter had never been there because the one in Voorhees closed years ago before she was even born.
Fuddruckers in this part of the country. Well,
I gotta say though,
diners, Fuddruckers had a tough time in Jersey.
Right, but I gotta say that it was not as good as I remember. I don't know if it was always that way or.
See, I am not a fast food guy. I am not like a corporate chain food guy. I have no problem when we go over to Fuddruckers. I think it's a burger and fries, and that's what I think they deliver.
No, I know, but it just felt like the burger was thinner and.
Well, yeah,
I don't know.
Of course it was. It's everything is sort of.
Yeah, but in this day and age with Five Guys and Smash Burger, I don't think you can get away with that anymore.
I mean, I guess we'll see. I know the one. I can't speak to how successful they're doing nationwide. I know the Fuddruckers in Myrtle Beach, when I go in the off season, is still pretty busy.
Yeah, no, it was nice. I mean, it was nice to go, but it just was not what I remember. The last couple
times I went to Myrtle Beach, I went for Thanksgiving, like kind of like that last week, 10 days of November, and they were still. The weather's already turned. Most of the places have their.
So Robert Paulson would disagree.
Okay. You know what? I tell people
it's not how I remember it.
Spend your money. It's your money and it's your stomach. That's what I used to tell people on my radio show. Your money, your belly.
I will say, I know I've told this story in the past. Do not order the late night food where they shove the menus in your hotel door.
Oh yeah.
I'll never forget. We got. What did we get? We got. Well, you know what? We got to take our last break. I'll remember. I'll tell you when we get back. Hang out. We'll be right back.
So, the show is called The Geek Chat. And really, there's just a couple of geeks.
I'm Rich.
I'm Dez.
And we are your hosts for this weekly guide into comic bookery and all the geeky stuff that goes with it.
And that pretty much says it all. They talk about the latest movies and shows.
Okay, I'll be completely honest with you. Overall, D+ movie.
So the end. Did you know who that is?
That's She-Ra, yeah.
Yes.
The new #1 comics of the week.
We rep Samuel Jackson and we rep Mace Windu.
I passed on this. I was like...
No regrets.
No regrets. I really wanted to like this book. I really did. Like, I really did.
And just chat with each other. And with you.
Oh, Daniel says, I dozed off with the first one. I have zero interest in the Joker Harley ship, not Harley herself. Enjoy, not for me. Yeah, this movie's gonna be rough for me to sit through, I'll be honest.
The Geek Chat, Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. Just a couple of honest geeks.
Let's be honest. Come on.
And that is why people watch us, because we're honest.
Giving their honest opinions.
And the thing you always have to remember about the internet is everyone has an opinion, and they all suck.
Part of the experience.
We know you probably get a lot of emails, but could you please make sure to sign up for our mailing list? We don't send a lot of emails, and we try not to bother you. We just want to give you the best information about all the cool stuff that's going on around here. Sign up on our website, theexplive.com.
And we are back. All right, so moving on to the Disney titles, we have DuckTales #6 coming out on Wednesday. Cover A by Yvonne Bigarella, and we have that at cover price.
This is another great issue of DuckTales. Huey, Dewey, and Louie meet their kind of evil counterparts in this issue. Really fun.
All right, then we have cover B by Francesco Tomaselli, and we have that at cover price. Then we have cover C by Carlo Loro, and we have that at cover. Then we have cover D by Drew Moss, and we have that at cover price. Then we have cover E by Tommaso Ronda, and we have that at cover price. Then we have cover F, 110 ratio by Tommaso Ronda, Virgin, and we have that at 10. Then we have cover G, the 110 Drew Moss Virgin, and we have that at 10. And then cover H, the 1 in 15 Loro Virgin, and we have that at 15. Then we have cover I, the 1 in 15 Francesco Tomaselli Virgin, and we have that at 15. Then we have cover J, the 120 Ivan Bigarella Virgin, and we have that at 20. And then also coming out Wednesday, the long-awaited Stitch #1. I was waiting for this one. All right, so cover A by Edwin Galman, and we've got that at cover price. Then we have cover B by Jay Lee, and we have that at cover price. Then we have cover C by Ciro Cangialosi, and we have that at cover. Then we have cover D by Jennifer L. Meyer, and we have that at cover price as well. Then we have cover E, Edwin Galman foil, and we have that at $9.99. Then cover F, the Galman foil Virgin, and we have that at $29.99. Then we have cover G, the blank variant, and we have that at cover price. Then we have cover I, the J. Lee Virgin, and we have that at 50. Then we have cover J, the 110 J. Lee foil, and we have that at 10. Then we have cover K, the 110 Ciro Cangialosi foil, and we have that at 10. Then we have cover L, the 110 J. Lee black and white variant. We have that at 10. And then cover M, the 115 J. Lee foil. And we have that at 15. Then we have cover N, the 115 Ciro Cangialosi foil Virgin. We have that at 15. Then we have cover O, the 115 Jennifer L. Meyer Virgin, and we have that at 15. Then we have cover P, the 120 Ciro Cangialosi Virgin, and we have that at 20.
I was in a meeting with the publisher. I'm sorry.
Then cover Q, the 120 J. Lee black and white Virgin.
Corey's claiming Stitch 1. Oh, I think
1A. I assuming that's 1A. All right, Corey, I got you, bud.
The publisher does, in fact, think it's a good idea if we have a Peter Cannon Thunderbolt 10-pack.
Just want to get you out of the room.
You know what? I would not be surprised. Yeah, sure. Go ahead, kid. Get out. But yeah, he thought it was a good idea to kind of get people a little bit familiar with.
Oh, he wants the Jennifer Meyer Virgin.
Oh, right. Hold on.
Green color.
Gotta go back and
I'll tell you right now, one of my favorite characters that Dynamite has done in a few different books is from Project Superheroes, and it's the Green Llama. And I would love to see like a 4-issue or 6-issue series.
Gotcha, Corey.
Of the Green Llama.
All right.
Sort of like a magic-based character. I would love to see that.
All right. Then we have cover R, the 120 Edwin Galman Virgin. We have that for 20.
No, but like Gourmet Hot Dog is making a comeback, Steve. Hadden Culinary is bringing it back this My birthday is usually Labor Day weekend, so it's sort of like a birthday, Labor Day hot dog celebration. They'll be doing, there's that, and there's another dog, which is a little bit of a riff on the.
So
breakfast.
are they your dogs in there?
No,
Oh,
those are. I wanted to give you
Because it was spicy.
Oh, to try it?
Didn't you brought me one?
Oh,
remember?
yeah, those are spicy. I kind of didn't.
It was
want
good though. It was.
Well,
it was so
I knew
good.
there were peppers and stuff in this.
So wait. People don't know what you did. So wait, let me finish. We got 3 books.
Okay, no, go ahead.
And then I want to talk about that. So Stitch number 1, cover S, blue blank, and we have that at cover price. Then we have cover T, the 1/7, Jennifer L. Meyer foil.
Oh.
And we have that at 7. Then we have cover U, the 110, Jennifer L. Meyer foil version. And we have
Preston,
that
I'd
at
make
10.
no secret about it. I'd love to cook with Kyle sometime, man. I'd love to kind of collab with Kyle. And
So John didn't take a pic, but so John texted me this morning, okay, saying, am I in the office? And I'm like, it's show night. Of course I'm in the office. He goes, oh, that's right.
I was still in Surf City when I texted you this morning, man.
Retired life is great. Doesn't even know what day it is.
I honestly did not
Yeah,
know
you
what day
can,
it was.
Corey. You sure can. Hold on. Let me take care of Corey here. So let's see. All right, so hold on.
Kyle has
Let me
put
make
out
sure.
some truly beautiful turn-in boxes.
So cover you, right, Corey? All right. Let's make sure. All right, so he apologized because apparently the person who made the Spacco the last time.
Yeah, I don't think good guy, but I don't think he understood
really
the concept.
good. It was really good, and it was so neatly folded, and the
It's like
ends
a
were
Chinese
tucked
burrito
in.
almost. Yeah,
It was a burrito. No lie. It was a burrito, but it was excellent. And Steve, what's going on?
Yeah, but when
I
I make
had-
burritos, they're a lot bigger than that.
So I had to find something to complain about, and so I, joking with John, I said, well, it was misnamed. It wasn't a taco. It was a burrito.
Yeah.
So he felt bad. I'm like, why do you feel
I
bad?
do feel bad, man, because I know what that's like when you get home and you
You're
open
bringing
your
me
food
free
and you're
food.
thinking it's this.
I didn't care, dude. It was all the same. I still ate it. So he brought me a breakfast taco. You tell him what's in it because I don't even really know. I haven't eaten it yet.
I did not use my dog just because it was spicy.
Yeah, that probably would have sent me over the edge. I love it, but it doesn't love me back.
I used a 1/4 pound hot dog that's produced at Farm on the Point.
Okay.
Which is probably a local farm 20 minutes from here. Maybe they're experimenting with 1/4 pound dogs. I talked to the lady. She was happy to get me on. We did a few of those cooked in beef tallow on the griddle. And then they went with eggs, potatoes, onions, peppers, and their corned beef hash. Hayden Culinary does beef. So I got some of their corned beef, chunked it about this big, and turned it into hash.
So that is my dinner tonight.
Sounds great, dude.
And there's a little sweet jalapeno relish in there too. I didn't want to go too hot because I know you're not.
Yeah, I love hot, but it doesn't love me back. It's a problem.
Yeah, a couple of the guys, as we're getting older, the shore crew.
Yeah.
As the years gone by, I've had to take roasted long hots off the menu because everybody's excited for them. And then the next day, they're like,
The mouth loves them, but
Yeah.
the stomach does not
they
necessarily love
just
it.
don't. One buddy was up all night. He asked me to make sausage stuffed long hots, so I did. And he had 2 of them. And 2 hours later, we're all passed out, and he's just walking around the house. And
Age
he can't.
sucks.
He's got hiccups. He's drinking milk. I'm like, milk?
It's fire.
It was just, he was like, I don't know what you did to those. And I'm like, what I've been doing to them since the 90s. Like, I didn't change the recipe at all.
The problem is he's gotten older. Yeah, I hate getting old. It sucks.
Oh, even I don't eat stuff the way I used to anymore. I used to eat stuff where.
So here it is. Here's my bag. Very excited. It's heavy for 2 tacos, dude. The thing weighs like 5 pounds. So I'm excited to get home and try these.
You might want to throw those in the oven for a few minutes. The tacos were crisped up in beef tallow too.
All right, gotcha.
So you might want to,
Got it. So Robbie has, what was the movie again tonight, Rob?
The Hunger.
The
Hunger.
At 9 p.m. Eastern on PCP.
That's right.
So I know Ed Weird's probably going to tune in as he's counting down enough. Halloween, I saw him post something on Facebook.
Well, Robbie brought up the point that this was sort of, I'm going to say, go ahead and say it's the first goth film that had like long success, like Robbie said earlier. I also think this was the first time you had a movie, and they tried it a few times before, that had critical success, some commercial success, and sort of pushed the line between that R rating and that sort of almost, I don't want to say X rating because that's like a little too strong, but that was like a hard R rating. Man, there was
it's a very erotic film, and actually it wasn't critically well received at the time. It was criticized for being all style and no substance, which I think is ridiculous. Which I think is absolutely ridiculous.
My guess would be the person who wrote that just didn't understand the movie.
Right.
They just didn't.
All right, so I know Robert got here late. For anyone who got here late, let's do a quick Rex cap, but only of the sketch covers and the DF exclusive covers, because I will, new books of the week, I will do again on Wednesday show. All right, so first up, the giveaway for tonight is Hallows Eve #1, signed by Erica Schultz. The hashtag is #EXP Monday, all lowercase.
I would love to see more of this book. I don't know if they've sort of just put this character on the back burner or.
Beats me.
I would love to see more. I just thought it was interesting.
All right, so then we had Dynamite 10-pack reader set. 10 random Dynamite titles, $3.99 cover price or higher. And as always, we got it for $5. Then we have the DF Mystery Box. 2 CGC 9.8s, 1 Virgin, 1 signed, 1 exclusive, and 10 back issues. $200 retail value guaranteed, and we've got it for $85 tonight. And I'll do free shipping if you get one. All right, then we have Star Wars, Obi-Wan and Anakin with Mandalorian, cover sketch by Christian Blackinger. MSRP of $149.99, and we have it for $65. Then we have Avengers #1 with Elektra, cover sketch by Joe Del Beato and Mariano Nicieza. MSRP of $149.99, and we have this one for $65.
Corey's going to take 2 reader packs of all children's titles if you can.
Yeah, I think I can do that. So Corey,
I'm surprised this is still here.
It's got some nice Frank Miller energy to it.
Yeah, I was going to say.
You were talking about the colors.
Corey.
The colors really pop out because of the logo. They kind of are the same colors, even that bluish.
Yeah, it's
the logo,
atypical
right?
for this sort of, you know what I mean? I just don't know if you see this color palette for this character. And as Robbie said, with Frank Miller energy, this is, my guess is Frank could be like, recolor that. But, you know what I mean? But I just think it's very cool.
All right.
How much is this again?
This one is $65.
If someone doesn't pick that up tonight, I really hope maybe they grab it on Wednesday if you offer it or something, because that's.
All right. Then we have Transformers Drift, Empire of Stone, #1 with Soundwave, cover sketch by John Pleak. MSRP $149.99, and we have this one for $65.
Still checking for a Soundwave card on Mariano's desk for Rob.
Then we have Zatanna, Bring Down the House #1 with Zatanna, cover sketch by Will Torres. MSRP of $149.99. We have this one for $65. Then we have Army of Darkness, Boba Hotep, trade paperback. And we have this one for $50. Then Danger Girl and the Army of Darkness #1 DF exclusive cover, limited to only $6.50, and we have this for $20.
Danger Girl was a fun read, and Danger Girl had a lot of that sort of 60s spy action movie energy. I could almost see Danger Girl with like a Robert McGinnis cover. You know what I mean? From that time period. Just really neat stuff.
So then we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 21 DF exclusive cover. And we have that for 15. Then we have Suicide Squad number 1 DF exclusive cover. Limited to only 3,000. We have that for 10. Then we have Betty and Veronica number 1 DF exclusive cover. And we have that for 50. Then we have Captain Planet number 1 gold foil exclusive. Limited to only 422 by Mark Spears. And we have that for 20. Then we have Star Wars Vader Down number 1 DF exclusive. Limited to only 5,000. Then we have Millar and McNiven's Nemesis number 4 DF exclusive. And that is limited to only 2,000. We have that for 8. And those are the comics for this Monday. And this week for Dynamite coming out Wednesday. All right, so let's...
Jay, what's next on the... Do we know what's next on the Experience?
Yeah, what's next? Well, let's spin the wheel first.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. All right, so spin the wheel first, Jay.
Good luck, everybody.
And the winner is...
Boop, 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 boop.
Easy go lucky. Congrats, bud. All right. So now, Jay, what do we... That's not the way it's spelled, Marcus. So I'm pronouncing it Millar.
I know.
All right.
Ruben on the Friday show was letting us know that Miller actually went on some kind of rant about people saying it Millar. So apparently,
really?
That's how
Because I've seen video of him multiple times saying Miller, Millar, it doesn't matter.
I don't know.
Thank you, Robbie.
But it is pronounced Miller.
All right, well.
Dude, I'll call you whatever I want to if I buy the book.
Anyway, of course, you got PCP movie night. Make sure you check that out. There's also going to be on the Experience at 9 Eastern, 8 Central, second shift lunch with Kyle and I. Yeah, you're going to hear my dog barking because Jenna's home, so sorry about that.
Why y'all still competing, man? Why y'all still trying to compete, man?
Bro, I don't make the decisions, man. I don't make the decisions. Then at 11 Eastern, 10 Central, you're going to have Best Coast Comics, and they're going to be comics we want to reread. They're going to be talking about comics they want to reread, so should be a very interesting list. I'm excited for that one. So, and then, of course...
Oh, Strike Force Moratori. That's the first thing that came to my head when they said comics we want to reread.
You should come and comment that, John.
Seriously,
he should be watching PCP Movie Night. The Hunger is what he should be doing.
Oh no, I gotta have 2 tabs
Here
open.
he comes.
You're gonna be on till 10 this time?
This is
Fight.
This is why I stop at a bar.
10 what? Eastern?
No, 10 Central.
Oh man, I hope not.
Yeah, I told you, more than once I've watched. We've seen Robbie, me and my buddy, because he's a huge Robbie fan. We've watched Robbie on an iPad at a bar.
There you go.
He's just a huge Robbie mark, man, and I think that's probably the coolest I've ever been to my friend. I've known him for like 35 years. You know who Robbie? Yeah. Where? When? I said, well, I talked to him on Monday. I totally undersold it. Like, yeah, we talked on Monday, man. We talked about comics and stuff. You talk to him about comics? Yeah, on a comic book show.
Every week.
Every week.
All right. So I will be back on Wednesday. Nick will be here with the original art show on Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern. I will be on Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Check out Robbie. Check out the rest of EXP for the evening. Thank
you, everybody, for the questions and concern and well wishes. Thank you, Marcus, for my spiffy hat.
And as always, we appreciate you guys. All right, stay safe. I will see you guys Wednesday. Thank you, Robbie.
Have a great week, everybody.
Thank you, Jay. Peace.